Ninjalerts is a tool that lets you track custom wallets. So when it comes down to the going to public sale, when it comes to reveal, those types of things, and get alerts. It also lets you kind of follow celebrities, whales, things like that with one click. And you can get alerts to your phone or your web browser. And what this means, it means that you, in real time, you can find out when someone's minting something, when someone's buying something, when a project is revealing, and it means that you can move with those people and essentially make good, better trades. I've made some videos on this before, and what I wanted to do is I wanted to catch up with the founder, Trevor, and kind of ask him some more questions and kind of get to the idea behind Ninjalerts and kind of see where it's come from in the beginning stages. Now, I am a holder of Ninjalerts. I actually use it daily, so please take this with a grain of salt because it could be considered as pumping my own bag, but this is a project that I like, and this is why I wanted to do this interview. Anyway, let's get into it. Hey Trev, thanks for taking time out of your busy day and coming on.
Thanks, Nate. Great to be here.
So one thing that I was wondering is, where did the idea come from? Like, what was the goal that you wanted to have when you created Ninjalerts?
I initially got into NFTs kind of to learn about it because in my what I do in my actually I do two things, of course. Ninjalerts is a big part of what I do now, but I'm also a venture capitalist investing in early stage startups building on Web3 sort of businesses on mainly on a blockchain called Stacks, which is like a layer 2 for Bitcoin. And so I need to stay on the leading edge of everything that's happening. And I got into NFTs just to play around. I just started with some small, I think it was like 3 or 4 ETH. I started making a lot of returns actually. I started I started seeing like I'd invest in something for like a few 0.05 ETH, and the next day it'd be like 0.3. I was like, wow, this is pretty awesome. That was kind of like how I got into NFTs. And I think the more you get into NFTs and the more serious you get, it starts to consume a lot of your time. And I started to get really deep into it. I joined different alpha groups. A big one that I'm a big fan of is Metaverse HQ. I wanted to kind of solve my own problem. So that was the initial idea for Ninjalerts. Was like, how can I make sure that I get in faster into things? How can I make sure that I don't miss things? And how can I save myself a lot of time? Because Discord is just this crazy free-for-all. Alpha groups do a great job of filtering for you and seeing what other people are doing. But I think you need tools to augment that social experience, where I was thinking if I could just follow some of the people on Metaverse HQ and see what they're buying every day, like that would be a way to, I don't have to keep checking the Discord all day. And on top of that, if I could follow some of the biggest influencers, like the Pranksies, the Jimmys, the Gary V's, and just get like a push notification as soon as they mint something, like that would be awesome. And, I use a lot of the tools out there and I looked at what they offer, and there's no mobile app. There's no like push notification. They're usually all like webhooks, so they can push to your Telegram group. They can push to your Discord group or a channel that you set up yourself. But that's not what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get out of Discord. I'm trying to get out of the messaging apps. And so in addition to running this venture fund, I also have a software team that I've been working with for the past year. And I've built and launched a lot of startups myself. I'm a full stack developer myself. And then I went to our team, and my CTO, Shihun, who's also this like amazing full stack engineer. And I was like telling him about all the stuff that I've been learning about Web3, because he's also new to like Web3 and blockchain. And so I was like, hey, like, we should do a hackathon project. Like, I have a couple ideas, like, let's try it out. And I was telling him about NFTs. He got super excited about it. And this was the idea we came up with. And then we created the Discord group for it, and sort of exceeded our expectations, like dramatically. Like, it turned from like, this is a cool project for something to work on, to learn and be useful for ourselves and some of our friends, to like, our Discord, like in a few weeks, got up to like 60K people. I was like, oh my God, okay, there's definitely some big demand for this.
So why did you decide to make it an NFT and not make it a subscription model, or kind of buying it with fiat or crypto and just kind of having a license that way?
Using an NFT in the replace of subscription is a completely disruptive business model for startups that are just getting started, because it allows you to essentially de-risk the opportunity significantly for those early adopters. Having 1,000 NFTs is just like a very small set of your users. And when someone actually owns an NFT, they go from being like a passive customer to like a participant. Understanding, when you understand like how NFTs change the customer relationship and also the business model, and they allow it to like de-risk it for those early users, where if they're not happy with the tool or they decide to move on, they can actually resell it and recoup all their cost. It's a huge win-win, I think, both for the startup and for the customers.
So how do you kind of personally use the alerts?
When I wake up in the morning, I kind of like check Ninjalerts. I see what people are minting. If it's like any of my friends, I'm like, hey, I see that you minted this. And like, why did you mint it? Or what do you like about the project? Or I see like, hey, Pranksy minted this or Beanie minted this. Kind of check out the project. And I think that's like where we're going to be focusing more of our effort, is like making that discovery process a little bit easier. The main value of Ninjalerts is like, you're not going to miss out on anything. Like, you're following the main people in the space. You're going to see those alerts in Ninjalerts, and you're going to be the first person to get them. And you're going to be like on the tip of the spear.
So I know you've been kind of adding features and adding things over time. What are you going to be adding in the future, or what do you kind of want to add in the future?
Our bigger vision is like just to make NFT investing easy, like make it as easy as possible, help reach a mass market, and make a simple mobile app that anybody can use so that we can help grow the NFT space. But then we also want to have a tool that has a high skill cap so that it's not like so easy to use that it doesn't provide a lot of value, but actually like you can kind of invest more time in it and like more curation into it, and improves over time. So the key thing for me is like getting customer feedback from our Ninja community, and then figuring out what are the quick wins that we can easily implement. We launched version 1.1. We also have a new beta up, which is actually a new kind of a new algorithm that our CTO implemented for viewing mints and seeing people not only just minting, but also trading or buying and selling. And then we also introduced a webhook API. So now we're starting to work with different Discord groups or different alpha groups where they can set up their account in Ninjalerts, and then they can push those alerts also to their community. And so for the NFT Nate Discord group, you can put your webhook in there from Ninjalerts. It's included with the NFT, and you can get that stream for your members to see. And then for version 1.2, which is where we're going towards next, some of the ideas we have is like gas alerts that can easily be automated in an alert, where it's like, hey, when gas goes below 200 Gwei or 150 Gwei or 100 Gwei, send me an alert. So that's like a low hanging fruit thing that we can implement. We're also looking at floor alerts for different collections. And so I would have really liked to have a floor alert where it's like, okay, hey, if like the price of my NFT that I'm selling starts to get too close to the floor, like alert me so I can delist, right? Or like, I think there's a lot of other applications for how you could do that. I see a lot of like savvy traders where the floor is moving quickly, and they think that it has enough legs to go. Like, let's say your item's listed at like 0.5, and then you see the floor like ripping from like 0.3 to 0.4 in like a short time. And you're thinking like, actually, this floor could probably go up to 0.8. So I better delist and then try to relist it. Like, that would be super useful. You could just get an alert, because sometimes, you're just like whatever out at dinner, or you're me. I like, I'll go play pokers with my friends every Monday, but I'll have my computer with me, and I could easily, like, if I see that I could have made an additional like 0.5 ETH or something like that, if I delisted and relisted, like that would be definitely worth my time. Also, even just like tracking individual NFTs. Like, I have a couple mutant apes where like I'm like, this is the ape that I love. Like, and I've messaged like tried to, or like maybe I tried to find the owner, but I couldn't find the person. But I just want to alert if that ever goes on sale. Like, I want to know, like, if that mutant ape that I really want ever goes on sale, please alert me right away. Or if this specific NFT price goes down to a certain amount, like, let me know. These are all kind of like low hanging fruit, which I think is super valuable in ways that people can recover the cost of their investment, or make back what they invested to get Ninjalerts license. As I've gotten more advanced NFTs, one of the things I've realized is a really important metric is like daily volume. And if you can like set it, customize it with like a slider, being like, hey, let me know if a project that Cole buys has like 100 ETH volume in a single day, or making it just like a little bit more advanced, because the idea for Ninjalerts, or like the key thing is like, you should be able to create your own theories or hypotheses, or sort of standards for what makes something a good project to buy into, and then get an alert for like anything you can imagine, like almost like programming if then statements, like if this happens and this happens, send me alert. Like, that's kind of like the dream vision for like the more advanced users. And so getting alerts on volume over time, or another way of thinking about it is like project momentum. And you could frame that in terms of volume. You could frame that in terms of how many are minted in a certain time frame, but just making it easier to get fine grained for NFT investors so that they can really have their signal, like they can have their high signal alerts where it's like, this is what I'm looking for. This is my criteria. I can program that into an alert. That's kind of like the goal. And like the more filters we can add, or the more angles that we can add, or variables that we can add that allow you to do that, I think the better that our tool gets. Our goal is not that for you to spend a lot of time in Ninjalerts. Our goal is to minimize the amount of time you spend in Ninjalerts and maximize the amount of investing that you do or trading. So it's like the less time that you can invest in Ninjalerts or in NFTs in general, and the more actions that you take, that's how Ninjalerts becomes an invaluable tool for you. Where it's like, if you stopped using Ninjalerts, your activity would go way down and your time would go way up, and you'd be like, oh, I hate my life now. I need to go back to Ninjalerts.
Hey, Trevor, thanks for coming on. It's been a pleasure having a chat.
Awesome, Nate. I really appreciate you having me, and I appreciate your support. Like, you were one of the earliest people to talk about Ninjalerts. Clearly, you have a good eye yourself, and you're on the leading edge of NFT space. It's probably why your YouTube channel, so many people watch you, and it's really appreciate coming on here. And I'm looking forward to seeing more of your content in the future, man.
So if you are interested in Ninjalerts, what you can do is there's some links in the description below. You can jump in and check it out. It is an NFT, so you need to buy it. And that's one reason why I also like it, because I can buy it, use it, and then sell the license if I don't want to. And I've seen the iterations of this kind of improve over time, so I kind of see where the team are taking this. So overall, I hope you found value in this video. If you did, head down there and hit the subscribe button. Also hit up that like button while you're down there. As always, it's been a pleasure having you with me. I look forward to seeing you in the next one.